What's going on, everyone? We are going on a first drive with FSD beta 10.10.2. So just got the update. I feel pretty lucky. Usually I never get the update during the first few days. It always takes at least 3 or 4 days, and I never actually got the 10.9 or 10.10. Obviously those beta update rollouts stopped because they've identified issues halfway through the rollout or the beginning of the rollout, so it makes sense that they didn't release it out to everybody and cause more issues. But pretty excited that I got the 10.10.2 coming from 10.8.1, even though I didn't have a lot of issues with 10.8.1. Most of my issues were, I think, navigation data issues. Well, at least some of it. But today I'll test some of that out and see if it's fixed. I did get the 2021 navigation update. It fixed some things and then it broke other things. So it's never really perfect. It is about 4:53, so we do have, I mean, it is Friday, so we do have a little bit of rush hour traffic. So I'm gonna go ahead and engage FSD beta. And normally on these roads I don't have any issues whatsoever. I really wish they would display the speed limit on the expanded view, which not sure why that's not there. Obviously on the Model 3 and the Y, and even the newer S and the X, they have that on the screen. So majority of the time I don't actually use expanded visuals. I keep that turned off. But yeah, excited to go for the drive. Just going to the local Best Buy to pick up an HDMI cable. Not a bad drive. Pretty straightforward. Couple of left turns and a right. So we'll see how it does. I should have tested it on the roundabout by the house. There's a roundabout right here, and that it's never consistent taking that roundabout. It's usually you would think on a daytime when it's bright out it can see the curbs properly, but yeah, the steering wheel still jerks quite a bit going through those roundabouts. Another thing I noticed on the 10.8.1, I did have this issue where I was coming downhill and there were a couple of speed bumps, and the FSD did not recognize the speed bumps and still took those speed bumps at like 30-35 miles an hour. And when it went over the speed bump, obviously I should have slowed down, but once it went over the speed bump, it actually asked me to take over, and that's probably because of it going over the speed bump that fast and just landing on the front suspension. The compression of the suspension probably triggered FSD to, it didn't disable, it just asked me to take over. So on this drive, I'll check for phantom braking, any type of issues taking turns. Yeah, should be pretty straightforward. So this light kind of curves to the left a little bit, and I'm not sure if it's because it can't see properly around the curve. It always kind of slows down right at the second, so it looks like there was no slowdown at all on 10.10.2, so that's great. That's one area that's fixed. And I'll do a couple of back and forth drives through different intersections. just to see how it handles. So I just noticed one thing. Speed limit is 45 through here, and I do have +5 on the speed limit, the max cruise control set, and it did just set back to 45. So I'm not sure why that is. Not sure if it's just me, or feels like the visuals look a little bit more crisp, a little bit more vibrant compared to what it used to be. So we got to take a left right here, and let's see how it handles. That handled that beautifully. No blinkers, but oh, the car kind of heard me. So on this left turn, it's a single lane left turn, but there's no lane markings, and sometimes it does go into the middle and then corrects it to the left to get into the left lane. So we'll see how it handles this. Now I did notice on my car, there's a car behind me. Obviously you can see that on the camera, but the visuals shows that the car just kind of disappears. Not sure if that's just a legacy SNX issue because of the reverse camera feeding through a bridge, I believe. So it's a little bit different, I think, for 3 and Y. But I did notice that. I'm not sure if that's just an issue with my car or if others have experienced that. But if you're watching this video and you have a legacy S and X, S or X, definitely let me know if you're seeing the same thing. So as you can see, there is a car pulling up right behind me, but the visuals actually don't show that. And sometimes the visuals will show it, but then the car disappears. So not sure if that's because of a delay. And I feel like less jitteriness on the lane, the lines. I mean, it still kind of goes in and out a little bit, but I notice it's less than what it used to be before. The car is performing beautifully. We've got a right turn coming up at the light, and it's a yield at the light, so let's see how FSD handles that. So on that curve right there, it did get a little close to that car on the right. Okay, you don't need to stop because that's perfect. A couple of instances in the past where it actually just takes that right really fast and ended up running wide. So a left on this light, at this light. Beautiful. The lane changes or transitions are a little bit more smooth compared to 10.8.1. So So we've got the green on left. And unfortunately the navigation doesn't take me to the parking lot, so it will end right here, and I've got a car behind me, so I'll just go into the parking lot. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll post more videos once I drive through a couple of scenarios and see how it handles it. But thanks for watching. See you on the next one.